Indeed.
Yep, you're all set, James.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Dr. James Winfield. I serve as one of the associate deans here at Southern New Hampshire University, and just wanted to bid you a good welcome to the institution. And we are so glad that you are choosing to continue or just pursue your education with Southern New Hampshire University. So, what are we going to cover today? In this Making Good Connections webinar, we will unpack several resources. I want to make sure that you're able to put some names and voices and pictures with faces for the respective resources across this vast institution. So, we'll talk about SNHU Connect, which is in conjunction with our student involvement to ensure that you get the understanding of the breadth of engagement opportunities at SNHU, career services, academic support, letting you know that seeking support on a continuous basis, there's nothing wrong with that. The Shapiro Library, alumni engagement, SNU or SNHU 107, and connecting with our peer mentor program. So as I introduce myself, again, like I said, my name is Dr. James Winfield. My students just know me as Dr. J. And I also teach a couple of courses at the institution, including SNU 107 and IDS 105, which are some of the courses that students take in the beginning of their entrance at SNHU. So I just want to leave you with a couple of things. I want you to remember this acronym, and it is PEN, which stands for Persist, Engage, and Network. We want you to persist from term to term. We want you to persist in your academics and in life. We want you also to engage in the various supports that are across this campus. So we'll talk about that throughout this session. And then network with your peers, network with others across the campus, network with your faculty, staff, advisors, just to ensure that you have a breadth of support and know that individuals are here to support you and ensure that you are successful at this institution. So be open, communicate, and let us know what you need, and we'll definitely be there for you, regardless of whether you share that or not. Just know that we're here to support you. So FYE 101, just my quick, not necessarily show of hands, but if anyone can just share if they've engaged in FYE 101, which is the online orientation that resides within our Brightspace system. Awesome. So I see a few hands raised. So yeah, so that's going to help you to navigate Brightspace, which is where your courses will be. It'll personalize your needs and get to know you and your program and meet your support team. All right. So our first presenter is from Student Life, and we have Mandy Seibel, who's going to be the next person to get on. So I'm handing it over to you, Mandy.
Perfect. Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Like James said, I'm Mandy and I'm from the Office of Student Involvement. So I'm going to go over quite a few ways that you can get involved because I think a lot of students don't realize that you can get involved and be involved in student life as an online student. So, James, if you could go to the next slide for me, please. All right. So again, I want to start off by saying that a lot of the work that the teams that are here to talk to you about today, we really work with each other and we intertwine. So I'm excited to get us kicked off. But you will see a lot of overlap in a lot of the things that we are saying here. I will say too, I'm going to be going over a lot of information today. So try to hold your questions in the end. I promise you, I will be active in the chat. I will answer as many as I can, and I'm going to post a lot of great links for you after my presentation. So let's get started. So, why get involved? We found that over time, the more students get involved, they realize the opportunities they have in reference to things that are at SNHU. So, although your classes are very, very important, you can make relationships in an online school too, which is very exciting. So, just like you guys were doing in the chat before the presentation, chatting where you're from, how the weather is, getting to know each other, you can do that in SNHU Connect, and that's one of the ways to do so. So in SNHU Connect, we're hoping that people find ways to relate, find things they have in common, whether that person is taking a class thousands of miles away or maybe in the same town as them, which is pretty cool. So, what is SNHU Connect? It is a private online space that is only for students in our SNHU programs and our competency based programs. A lot of times, students will find SNHU Connect, but they're not quite sure how to utilize it. So, I'm going to go over a little bit what that looks like today, but it's a very similar layout to some of our other social media platforms out there. So, if James, you could go to the next slide for me, please. Oh, we can go to the next one. I cheated. I went ahead of that. Oh, perfect. There we go. Okay, so this is our SNHU Connect page on my SNHU that helps you log into SNU Connect. So again, SNU Connect is a community platform where you will make new friends from people all over the country and even the world, which is exciting. So what this is here is how you make friends and what you can do and build your network. So here you can meet friends, you can find students, like I said, that are located where you are, maybe in your state, maybe in your city. So it's awesome because once you enter a combination of search criteria in the field, such as home city, state, degree program, and click search, it's going to populate all the people that meet that search criteria. You can then click on their profile, learn more about them, follow their feed, find their email to connect with. And again, a lot of similar things that you guys were doing in the chat earlier today. So if you look on the left, you're also going to see a blue avatar there. And that person that hasn't shared a picture yet in SNU Connect. So what I would say to all of you is to make sure you're logging into SNU Connect and building up your profile. Add a picture, add some information about you. That'll help people find you and people know that you're approachable and you want to make friends and connections in SNHU Connect. A big caveat here that I want to mention, because a lot of you after this webinar, you're going to go in and you're going to try to log in, which is amazing. And a lot of you will be able to get right in and have access. But please know if you just registered for your courses, so let's say you registered in the last day or so for your courses, you won't get access to SNHU Connect until about a week after you've registered for classes. So if you try logging in today and you get an error message, it probably just needs a little bit more time. But if it's been over a week and you still don't have access, please let us know. But it's a great way to get involved and get connected and meet a lot of different people. And we're going to go over a lot of those different areas that you can play around and poke around in SNU Connect as well. So again, make sure to complete your profile, that students can find you, and it shows, like you said, that you're ready to connect and that you want to be a part of it. It is completely optional. I will say that too. It's not something that's required. That question comes up a lot, but it is there as an opportunity for you to build community wherever you are in the world. So next slide, please, James. All right. Has anybody here heard of or joined our online clubs yet? I'm going to pause and see in the chat if anyone has done so. All right, I got a no. That's okay. A couple no's, that's fine. We're going to go over it today. Oh, planning to? That's exciting. Okay, well, no worries, Hillary. We're going to go over how right now. So, we have educational clubs, we have social clubs, we have university sponsor clubs. All of our clubs are free to join and you can get involved as soon as today. I did see a note about Discord in the chat. I just want to point out anything on Discord is not a university approved club. So just to know, all of our university recognized clubs, anything official with the university is held on SNU Connect. So just want to note that. So in order to join, all you have to do is email these clubs and ask to be added to the roster. They all have unique email addresses, and all of these clubs have pages in SNU Connect. So if you wanted to look up the Creating and Writing Review Club, you could type it right into the search bar in the SNU Connect. It will pull up the page, and in the top right-hand corner, there'll be an email address that you can email and say, hey, I'd love to join the roster, and you're able to do so. If you're not quite sure if you want to join a club yet, that's okay too. You can follow the page, you can see what they post, attend some events without being a member before you officially join. One thing I will say about all of these clubs as well is that, like Melanie said, you can join as many as you want, but you can play it by ear. If you're new and you want to start out with a couple, that's totally okay too, and you can join more than one. But all of these clubs are existing as a way to also help you get connected and also help you build leadership opportunity as well, because all of these clubs need leadership to help them run. They're run by students like you, so they have presidents, vice presidents, events officers, and they're actually going to be having an election coming up in November very soon. So we need students to help these clubs flourish and to move forward and to help start new clubs, which I'll go into in a minute. So if you see a club that's not on here, we do have a process to do that as well. Um, so one note you'll see here, there's asterisks next to this Human Resource Management Collegiate Association. That's because we need leaders. We need some leaders to step up and take on some of those cabinet roles. So if that's something you're interested in, go to that page and check that out as well. And it's okay if you can't make it to the club meetings. They're multiple times throughout the weeks and months. All of these clubs try to have a meetup at least once a month, so you can attend them as often as you can as well. I will say there's definitely more responsibility for those who are in the cabinet positions, but as a member, you can kind of choose as you go along, which is pretty exciting. Um, and then again, you can attend their events too if you want to see what those are like before you actually get started. And I will say, I don't have a screenshot of this here, but in SNHU Connect, in the top right corner of any of our pages, there's a little email icon. And if you click on that, you can subscribe to emails for those pages. So it'll tell you when things are posted, when things are happening. So that's also exciting as well. And you can manage that at any time, turning it on and off. If you go to the next slide, please, James. So I mentioned Club Hub. Oh, I didn't mention Club Hub. I mentioned you could start new clubs. And Club Hub is the place where you can do that. So if you have an idea for a new club, that is where you would go. You would go to the Club Hub page and say, I'll just throw one out there. I'm looking to create a history club. Is anybody interested in that? And you try to gather enough interest to move forward with going through the proposal process to create a new club. So Club Hub is that virtual club lounge where all of our SNHU online clubs and student organizations share their events, contests, meetings, any ideas for new clubs. They're all there. So it's just kind of our hub, just as the Student Center on campus resort, where actually where I'm at today is. We've envisioned SNHU Connect and Club Hub as like a virtual online student center. So this is a really great place to get involved. And Melanie's sharing some great links there, and I will make sure to post a lot of links about the club resources so you can find out what it takes to make a new club, because I saw some of you were interested in starting some clubs, which is exciting. So I'll put some of those resources in the chat at the end of my presentation as well. Next slide, please, James. All right. So we also have 5 online honor societies for online students. So if you qualify for any of these honor societies, you will get an invitation once a year into your SNHU email. This is always a place I like to pause and share with you all that it is so, so, so important that you're checking your SNHU email a few times throughout the week. That is the primary place where your advisor, my team, and the Office of Student Involvement, your instructor are going to reach out to you to get a hold of you. And like James, I also teach a course, and that is the biggest thing that I wish new students would do more often is check their email, because I, as an instructor, may offer you an opportunity or share some tips. And if you're not checking your SNHU email, you might miss out on that. And you might miss out on an honor society invitation. So please, please, please make sure you're checking that SNHU email. The only honor society that invites twice a year is the National Society of Leadership and Success. There is a one-time lifetime membership fee for all of these honor societies. So as long as you meet the criteria, you're checking your SNHU email for your invitation, you don't have to nominate yourself. You will get that email to your SNHU email. You can opt in or opt out if it's not the right time for you. You can absolutely not join. It's totally up to you. But again, there is that one-time lifetime membership fee. And we also have group spaces for all of these honor societies in SNHU Connect. So if you have a goal, which I see someone said they have a goal of joining an honor society, you can go to these pages, check them out, see what students are posting, what they're doing in these honor societies. So that is such a great place to look at if you have any goals of looking at those. And if you get an invitation, that's a great place to go, is the pages in SNHU Connect for these honor societies, because there's always a webinar that goes over the Q&As about every honor society that Stacy on our team hosts, and she posts the recording in that page. So just a really great place to learn more if you're curious, but also if you get an invitation, great places to go are these pages in SNHU Connect. Next slide, please, James. All right. So we do also try to host as many events as we can. And this is one of the areas that we join forces with our alumni engagement office. I know Becca's going to chat with you all a little later. We love to have fun events, allow students to network. We invite family and friends when we're able to in these events. We've gone to Topgolf. We've gone to Red Bull Stadium. Recently, Becca's on the call. We both went to San Antonio last month to host an event for online students and alumni. So we try to get out a few times a year to go to where you are, to places where pockets of our students are, but also we have a lot of virtual online events because you are online and we can't get to possibly every place that everyone is at. There are a lot of great events that you can join virtually as well. We do have a virtual leads conference that we have every year. It's called the SNHU Leads Conference at the end of March. So it's a leadership conference that you can attend and bookmark and attend if you have some sessions that work for your schedule, completely virtual. Homecoming and Global Days of Service are also amazing events that our alumni team is going to talk with you about today. And we share all of these on the events calendar, and I'll post that link to the events calendar at the end of my presentation as well. But all of these things that we do exist as a way to help you connect as an online student. So we're really excited. Spoiler alert, if you live in the Atlanta region, we're planning an event there in February. Keep an eye on your email. Another plug to email, because any of these virtual meetups or regional meetups always get an invitation to your SNHU email. So another great way to check for those opportunities as well. Next slide, please, James. Okay, so learning communities are also set up as spaces available for you to connect with others. We have learning communities and we have groups. So some of these groups are on this page that's here. They're all available in My SNU that link out to SNHU Connect. You can also find them in SNHU Connect by just searching in that search bar. You can also find information on this page on the Student Engagement Council, which has some application eligibility and is another leadership role that you can take on. They're a group that meets with staff from SNHU to provide support and feedback on their experience. And they are each assigned, if you become a member, if you apply and get accepted as a member of that council, you are assigned a page in SNHU to help SNHU Connect to help manage with a group owner, which is a really exciting place to be involved and help engage and create content. There's another page I want to highlight here. It's called SNHU Spirit. Definitely check out that page in SNHU Connect. It is a place where we often post a couple times a month flash giveaways where you can comment on a post and you'll be entered in a drawing to win SNHU swag. And I have a bunch. I pack them every day. I pack up packages every day to mail out to students. So if SNU swag is something that you're looking for, pay attention to that SNHU Spirit page and enter those flash giveaways. Next slide, please, James. All right. So in closing, here is a picture of another event that we hosted in California. Our office loves to get students together, whether in person, through our meetups, online, through SNHU Connect, or our virtual events. And we can't wait to see you all in the community, in the SNHU community, and at a virtual event. Again, I promise you I will answer as many questions as I can in the chat, and I will post some helpful links for you all. But I'm really excited to welcome you to SNHU, and I hope you get involved. Thanks, James.
All right,
Awesome.
thank you, Mandy. So now we're going to hand it over to Career Services.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. So excited to be here with you today. I do apologize. I am currently dealing with a bad cold and cough, so I promise I will try to get through this information quickly for all of you. But again, thanks so much. I'm happy to be here today. My name is Alyssa, and I am a career engagement partner with the Career Services team here at SNHU. And so my team focuses primarily on connecting students with career services and our resources early on in your program. And so for those of you who have not heard about career services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for current students and a free lifetime service for all graduates. And so now I'm going to talk about how career services can be a benefit to you now. So James, next slide, please. Thank you. So most of our students here are attending college for career-related reasons. Either they want to maybe explore a new career or advance within their current one. And so you might not realize it now, but your SNHU Career Service team offers many more support services than just simply providing job postings. Our team can actually partner with you to help you outline your unique career plan during your college program. However, it does seem that most students wait until graduation or even after graduating to begin connecting with us. And we understand it can be intimidating and maybe even overwhelming to think about your career plans. And trust me, everyone feels this way. But our career services team can help facilitate your next steps no matter where you are in your career journey. And I promise you'll get the best results if you connect with our team and our career resources much earlier than your graduation year. And I know it may not seem like a priority right now while you're just getting started or you're just going through your coursework. But again, I can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to us early on in your career program to start planning potential career paths that best suit you. Next slide, please. So again, whether you're starting a new career or maybe you're advancing in your field, our team can assist you in a ton of different ways. So why start engaging with us now? Well, remember, it is a free service, so we can provide you support free for life. Also, our career advisors can help you with anything related to career development and job searching, and that includes exploring career planning options, career skills assessments, helping you with your resume or cover letter, helping with interview preparation, even helping you with your social media presence like your LinkedIn, and pointing you towards the right tools and resources just for you. Additionally, Handshake is SNHU's private job board just for SNHU students and SNHU alumni, where our nationwide employer partners post full-time and part-time jobs and internships targeting talented students like all of you. You'll also see career events like career fairs and employer networking events listed on Handshake, which students can register to attend anytime. So I'd highly recommend that you log in to Handshake. You simply use your SNHU email address and you can set up your profile and you can get started. Additionally, internships are a highly recommended way to help you gain valuable industry experience that relates to your course of study. So whether you're interested in maybe getting an internship where you can receive academic credit or not, we do actually have a dedicated team of internship administrators who are ready and willing to help. So online students can complete what's called a PIN survey or the pre-internship survey to get started. And upon receiving your survey responses, our internship team will reach out to you with more information and next steps. And I'll be sure to post most of these resources in the chat box after my presentation shortly. Additionally, making connections is a huge part of your career journey. So by utilizing these resources, you can work with and partner with a supportive team. You can connect with employers about job or internship opportunities at all of our career events, and you can learn more about how to pursue your individual career goals. So just remember, if you're unsure of how to start exploring your skills or your career interests, or you need help updating your resume, or again, maybe you're contemplating that internship for credit, we can help get started. Next slide, please. And so there are a number of ways you can access our SNHU Career Services website. So one of the first and easiest steps is to log into your My SNU, and what you'll do is you'll click on the three lines that are located at the top left-hand side of the screen. And you'll see there as you can scroll down to the Career Services tab to click on that to get to our website. And additionally, our website is hyperlinked directly through your Brightspace courses. Next slide, please. And so this is what our career services homepage looks like. So clicking on the first link of the homepage, you can navigate to our career explorations page. And on this page, you'll see tons of career planning and exploration resources, and some that are even organized by major specifically that can help you build confidence in your job search abilities. And as you continue to navigate our homepage, you'll see other career areas to explore, like job search help, internship and experiences, and you'll also see a menu on the side here for related resources that include hyperlinks to Handshake, our YouTube channel, as well as SNHU's Skills First, which is our free resume building platform. So again, please feel free to explore our site and take a look at the variety of our career resources available to you. Next slide. And there is an abundance of information the SNHU Career Team has compiled that students can view and access at any time. And so one of those amazing resources is our SNU Career YouTube channel, where you can find hundreds of career videos and recorded employer and alumni presentations. And lastly, on your Brightspace homepage, you'll be able to view monthly in the know career services announcements that are posted to keep you informed on all upcoming events and timely resources. Next page. So in closing, I can't emphasize enough the amazing career support that is available to you through our SNHU Career Services team. And so you may be asking yourself, well, what can I do right now to get some career help? So some simple steps would be to maybe check out our career services website or contact our career advising team directly, maybe even log into Handshake or simply reach out to our internship team. Again, I'll be sure to add all these resources I've discussed in the chat box here shortly. And I'll also echo what Amanda had said before about checking that SNHU email. So we here on the Career Services team are constantly emailing students through their SNHU emails to alert you on career events, job leads, career resources, and much more. So make sure you're logging into that SNHU email address. So thank you all so much for your time today, and I will now hand it off to our next presenter.
Hey everybody, I'm actually Melody. I'm not Maureen, but I'm going to step in for her for the academic support team. Y'all, the academic support team has so much support for you and your success here at the university. So let's learn a little bit more about them. James, next slide, please. So here with academic support, you can access them directly from your Brightspace classrooms. So Brightspace is where all of your courses will be, where you'll turn in your assignments, do all your homework. Everything is going to be in that learn.snhu.edu, okay? So when you navigate to your online classrooms, up at the very top of your e-spaces, you're going to see academic support right at the top. When you click on academic support, this menu is going to pull up. There are so many services for you that are literally just a click away. Next slide, James. So a couple things I wanted to talk about is with that menu, you will see where you can schedule peer tutors, you can schedule academic coaching. There is access 24/7 tutoring for a variety of subjects. There's even written feedback where you can upload your writing assignments like discussions, journals, projects, papers, and they will provide feedback to you, usually within 12 hours, but always less than 24. So if anybody's a little nervous about writing academically again, I'm the same. One of those little top tips out there, use the academic support team written feedback because it allows you to have a second set of eyes on your writing assignments, and it just makes you feel more confident as you submit them from week to week. So when you go through that menu, if you click on anything that is specific for a tutor or academic coaches, you will be able to fill out a form with more information and schedule times that are convenient for you. Next slide, James. One of the things I wanted to point out is academic support does have what is called an academic coach. That is maybe for somebody who thinks they might need just a little bit of an extra support. An academic coach is kind of a personalized one-on-one appointment. You'll usually meet with them about 3 to 4 sessions, and they really strategize with you how to best support your skill set, any resources or other departments that might be best for you to work with. And you'll work with them again throughout a variety of sessions, usually 3 to 4 sessions. And it's just kind of that extra support if you need that more one-on-one in a longer time frame. So as you explore that menu, you'll see tutors, you'll see academic coaches. The academic coaches are a little bit longer of a time frame, where the tutors might be just one session. Next slide, please, James. When you do academic coaching, they will ask you some more questions. You'll also fill out any areas that you might be struggling with or things that you're concerned about to help really narrow in if academic coaching is for you, or you just might benefit from working with one of the tutors. Next slide. Written feedback. I saw in the chat, people are like, I need that. So again, written feedback is where you can upload to the academic support team any of your written assignments. So this can be anything SNHU related. So discussions, projects, journals, just different writing assignments that you might have. You will fill out a form that explains kind of the scope of the assignment. You will upload your draft, your contact information. You will submit it. They will review it, and they will email you back with any potential changes, updates. They want to make sure you're on task with your assignment, that they understand what you are looking for. So the written feedback is a great tool. I know in SNHU 107 and IDS 105, students really love using the written feedback tool because it's convenient, it's online, you don't really have to talk to anybody, but it gives you a great understanding of where you can improve your writing. Go ahead, next slide, James. And Kat is right, don't sleep on that service. It is absolutely amazing, and it's free, Free. I think saw somebody in here that was like, I love free things. You have so much support here at the university that are free and part of you being a student here. Workshops. There are so many workshops that the academic support team offers. When you go to that menu, you'll see a workshop option. Click on that and it'll pull up their schedule for that term. This obviously on the screen is an old term, but when you click on that, it'll pull up all the different options. You'll see that there's anything from writer's block to discussion board writing. There's things on citations like APA, MLA, if that's something that you're worried about. The workshops are there. You can look at the times, the dates, and book something that's convenient for you. Next slide, James. And that's it for academic support. Just know that the academic support team is absolutely incredible. And there are so many different services for you and your success. So don't be afraid to just reach out. They're a click away. And often, if you're a little bit nervous about meeting with somebody for the first time, everything is done online. So you don't have to have that piece of you that might be a little bit nervous about it. We are here for your success. So reach out, explore the academic support menu, and I'm going to turn it over to our amazing library.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I am Shanna Chartier. I'm one of our directors of information literacy here at SNHU, and I'm super happy to be here. Hello, welcome. So I'm just going to briefly kind of go over the library a little bit in a couple of slides because it is much like the rest of us, very robust. There is a lot. There's a lot there, but you have librarians here that are able and very happy to help you. No matter what program you're in, at some point you're probably going to come across the library and have to do some form of research. James, can you do the next slide? Thank you. So this is the library homepage. You can access this from your Brightspace course. It's like right along the top and that little like what's that called? Banner, little banner at the top. So I'll start from the top right corner and just kind of do like a basic here's what we've got. And I don't, like I said, I want to kind of do a very top level overview simply just because, like I said, if you dig deeper, you'll find that there's lots of stuff here. So starting at the top right hand side of the screen, you've got our big yellow chat 24/7 with the librarian button. And we always like to promote that first because I'm going to tell you some things today and you may or may not remember them. But if you don't, like, most folks, you kind of, once you start doing the work, it's like, oh, I forgot what they said or whatever. You can have someone just join you immediately in your search. They can help you with keyword searching. They can help you with finding the right database, with, helping you find articles, things like that. They can guide you in a lot of really good directions. So you can always, do the chat. We also have email. We don't have the phone anymore, so just ignore that. I forgot to get rid of that one. But we do have chat, email, and just a really great team of librarians that are here to assist you at any time, day or night. Next, you've got this big search box in the middle, and that is our multi-search. So that's a database that searches a wide number of all of our databases at the same time. And it's one I often recommend to start in because it has like research starters, which are like background encyclopedic entries about certain topics. It just has a lot there. So it's a really good place to start when you're just searching broad. Below that, you have our FAQ box. So the FAQs are not just like FAQs about the library. They're literally just frequently asked questions that we get all the time. Like, how do I cite a TED Talk in APA? If you just put like TED Talk in there, you'll see a bunch of drop downs and you should get a nice, really detailed answer on how to do stuff like that. One thing that folks always get really excited about is that you can connect your library account to Google Scholar, which is the academic side of Google. So if you're more comfortable with the Google search interface, if you type Google into the frequently asked questions box, it'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to connect to that. And then you can do searching there, you can do searching here, and it really expands what you can do and what you can find. We have our news and updates, so always helpful to click through. And then James, if you could click forward. We've got our drop-down menu here. Oh, sorry, go on back one. Oh no. There we go. So a couple of ways to find information. You can do the drop down at the top here, where you can find your multi-search if you're looking for books in particular, scholarly articles, news events, videos. Our A to Z database list is just that. I mentioned our multi-search searches several databases, right? So if you wanted to go and see like topic specific or just see the entire list of all of our databases, there's over 300 of them. You can go to the A to Z database list and find something like if you're a business major, you might want to, you're not going to find SWOT analysis in a multi-search. You might want to go to the business databases where you can find that kind of stuff or company information or things like that. So that's when you'd want to go there. Periodical finder. So if you were looking for, the Chronicle of Higher Education in particular, or looking in a specific journal, you can go to our periodical finder and see everything that we subscribe to, what years we have on file, and you can get them there. We do have an online library catalog. So if you're interested in checking out books, even if you're not close to New Hampshire, we do interlibrary loan. We can mail books to you with return shipping and you can get them. And then when you're finished, you can send them back. So we really do try our best to cater to our wide variety of online students. They're, just scattered everywhere, which is wonderful. And then course reserves, which is really more of a campusy thing. So now I'd say one more slide forward. All right, and so you might have noticed right next to the FAQ box, we've got our quick links. These are links that are just really kind of most used. They're very useful to get to. A to Z database list, once again, if you need subject-specific databases. The Getting Started guide is really, really robust. It's really handy. It's got a ton of information about search techniques, how to use the databases. We've got some citation help. You see the citing your sources right beneath that. A lot of citation help is available, through the library resources. I mentioned interlibrary loan. If you wanted to, get an article or a book and we don't have it, or from another institution, we can get it for you. If you are nearby, we have building hours events, study rooms. We've got our diversity, equity, inclusion guide, academic integrity, always just really important things that we like to put right up front. I don't know about international shipping. I'll have to check on that, Camille, but good question. I don't believe we do international. I think we might just do US national, but I will double check. And I think that is it. So I'd recommend, yeah, sure. I would recommend taking a look at the Getting Started guide. We've got some good videos, just really nice ways to introduce yourself to the library and really see it's a lot of folks picture library and they think books. And I just think at this point we're so much more than that. A lot of databases, a lot of journals, and it's just yep, there is an ebook library section. Yes, nice to meet you too. If you did the drop down on the library homepage, James, can you go back a couple slides? I think just one. Thank you. Okay, there it is. You'll see in that drop down right there, there is find books and ebooks. It's the second option. So you can do that. In the A to Z database list, there's also ways that you can do, you can narrow the results list to just ebook databases, which, today is very, it's high view, we're not digging in too deep on that one. But if you want to find help getting that stuff, you can do the chat 24/7. A librarian can guide you right there. And yeah, we're so happy to have everyone. And if you need any help with your research or anything like that, feel free to reach out to us at any time. And I'll see if I can find that answer and put it in the chat before this is over, Camille. And yeah, James, if you don't mind, you can shift us forward to the next speaker. And thank you, everybody.
All right, Shauna, thank you so much for that, and forgive me on on progressing on the slide. So I had to readjust my cursor to get that going. And so now I'm going to hand it over to alumni. So we'll talk a little bit about being engaged beyond SNU.
Thanks, James. Hi, everyone. I'm Becca. I'm the Assistant Director of Alumni Engagement. It's actually making me feel better to see some of you guys talking about being nervous. This is my first time doing this presentation, so know that we all are trying something new for the first time, and a part of that together. I teach SNU 107 too, and I always tell my students that being nervous shows that you really care and that you're taking this seriously. And sometimes nerves can be a good thing to help you do new big things. So I'm really excited to share some information with you about alumni engagement, what being an alum will look like. You might be thinking, I'm just starting my program. I don't need to know about being an alumni yet. But one, it'll be here before you know it. And two, we have a lot of resources and programs that we partner with other departments on, so that you can still use our resources, even if you're a current student now, including some of those events that Mandy talked about, where we're looking to travel and meet our students and alumni. So before I move forward, I do want to ask if people are up for it, putting in the chat. I'm curious if you want to guess how many alumni you think we have in our alumni community here at SNU. How many alumni do you think we have? You can hold on to it privately if you want to, and we'll see. All right, so I've got some good range of guesses here. All right, James, you can move to the next slide for the answer. As of October 2023, right now, there are 232,317 living alumni, and over 166,000 alumni have graduated from online programs, which is just about 72% of our alumni population. So there are a lot of online students and a lot of SNU graduates out there, which is really exciting. And the top five degrees that are held by alumni from our online programs. The top is the Bachelor of Science degree. This could be a degree in business, human resource management, then followed by Bachelor of Arts degree, Master of Science degree, and Master of Business Administration. So there's a whole big range of programs that people are getting engaged in. And if yours isn't on there, that's okay. Also, many of our alumni hold 2 or more degrees or certificates, which is pretty cool. We're always fascinated by that number. Before going to the next slide, I have one more question. What states do you think have the largest population of SNHU alumni? You can put it in the chat. Which state or states do you think have the largest concentration of alumni living there? Some good guesses, good guesses. Awesome. James, you can go to the next slide. You guys are good. As the map shows, these are our biggest buckets of alumni, but trust me when I say that we have alumni in every state around the country. It's pretty remarkable. And we try and get out there and meet people when we can. If not, we have a lot of virtual opportunities to make sure that you always feel connected, no matter where you live. But New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Texas, Florida, and California are the 5 biggest, followed by a few others there. We check it every month because it's always neck and neck on some of these states. And what also might surprise you is that SNHU is truly global. We have students all over the world. We have over 300 countries where alumni live and work. And some of our biggest populations include Malaysia, Rwanda, Vietnam, Thailand, and Canada, which I always think is a fun fact too. Next slide, James. Awesome. So in our Office of Alumni Engagement, we are really lucky to work with so many different people, alumni, current students, donors, volunteers, staff, and faculty here at SNHU, including many of the people who are presenting today. These are just some of the ways that we engage our alumni that you can take a look at, whether you choose to engage in these kinds of relationships now while you're a student or after you graduate. There's a lot available that you can get involved in. As our friends in career services mentioned, their teams utilize Handshake for jobs and internships. And what might be surprising or interesting is that we have a lot of SNHU graduates who are interested in hiring SNHU students. SNHU graduates themselves. You might find yourself getting hired and talking to your boss who went to SNHU, some of your colleagues. There's a lot of SNHU community members out there, probably more than you might think. And lastly, I do want to point out that you can apply to scholarships through SNHU. These scholarships may be directly funded by an alumna or a member of the SNHU community who wants to support you in your educational journey. Through our office, we provide resources along with student financial services. There is a certain season for our scholarships. I believe it's February, end of February, early March. Keep an eye on my SNHU for all that information about scholarships. And you can reach out to us if you ever have questions. Like I said, student financial services is also a really good resource. All right, if you don't mind going to the next slide, James. All right, so I do want to highlight professional networking. We work with different offices all the time to connect on different events and different ways that we can connect one another. I think this has also evolved into some of what Mandy was talking about earlier with some of our just like meet and greet events. Where the networking happens naturally, as it did when we were in San Antonio, as we hope it will when we're in Atlanta, and we're always looking at other places to connect people. I think there's a lot of value, as Mandy was explaining, in feeling like you're a part of the SNHU community. And I think SNHU does an awesome job of doing that online all the time. But if we can meet you in person, it's extra fun for all of us. All right, so if you don't mind going to the next slide, I'm going to highlight 2 of our cornerstone events here. One is happening this weekend, so I had to show the Homecoming Pride. This weekend is homecoming. It happens every October. There are so many ways to get involved, both if you're in the area to come to the campus, whether it's this year or in the future, all are welcome. Whether you're a campus student or an online student, you're welcome at homecoming. We also have a lot of virtual events. Since the events are this weekend. Some are full, but I will put a link in the chat so you can see what's still available. There's also some do-it-yourself types of events that you can participate on your own, no matter where you live, including a virtual 5K and some other activities. So I will share those in the chat. And this weekend we have an in-person fun run, not a formal 5K. The street fair, where there's a lot of awesome food trucks and activities and inflatables. So if you're in the area, you certainly are welcome to come. Next slide. All right, and then I do want to highlight Global Days of Service. I know Mandy mentioned it as well. It's definitely one of my favorite times here. We encourage folks from around the country to organize volunteer projects, and then members of the SNHU community, students, alumni, staff, faculty, can bring your family and friends, can participate in those events all over. We had 36 local in-person projects ranging from Canada to Ohio to North Carolina. We're hoping to have projects in every state. Like, that's always our goal. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for more information we probably start talking about it in January. Global Days of Service itself happens typically March and April. We might slide into May this year to give people a chance to volunteer however they like. So we encourage students and alumni to create the projects themselves wherever you are. So definitely in Arizona, we actually did have 2 projects in Arizona last year. Create the projects on your own and invite new members to join. And we also have, if you volunteer on your own, let's say you volunteer at a food bank once a week, you can track that with us too, and we'll count that towards our service hours as well. And it's really fun to see people getting involved all over. James, if you don't mind moving to the next slide, my last slide. So is it worth staying connected? I'm biased, but I definitely think yes. I hope after seeing this information, you agree as well. You can connect with our office even as a current student or as you get closer to graduation. If you have questions about what's available, what resources, what events, you need help, that's what we're here for. You can find us on social media, and I really appreciate all of your time today. I'm going to pass it to our next presenter, I think.
Yay, it's me. I'm back again. Hey, everybody. I'm Melanie Schaub, and I get the opportunity to talk to y'all about the learning communities. So Mandy mentioned that in SNHU Connect, there are learning communities. Well, show of hands or in the chat, who is taking SNHU 107 or IDS 105 in the upcoming term? Because if you are, you have learning communities dedicated as an extra support for your success. So the learning communities are located outside of your Brightspace classroom. So they're in SNHU Connect. And in that space, it is a great way for you to meet other learners who are taking the same classes as you. Plus, we have webinars that are there's a couple of live sessions every term, just like this. Like there's one coming up next week. Wednesday night is a hotspot night for webinars, both for SNHU 107 and IDS 105. So be checking your university email. But we have a live session to kick off the term for you guys next week. And then after that, they are pre-recorded, they're on demand, and they are posted in our First Year Experience YouTube channel. Your faculty will be putting all this information in your course announcement. So another top tip, always be checking your class announcements in addition to your university email. However, when you get access to SNHU Connect, please find the IDS 105 learning community and the SNHU 107 learning community. There is nothing in these communities that you have to be able to complete any of your assignments before you get registered and access. So don't panic if you can't get in, okay? Everything you need will be in your classroom spaces. But in these communities, we'll have these webinars. There's also these helpful focus videos that what they do is just walk you through the assignments, the concepts, and what you're doing from week to week in both of these classes, okay? So what does this mean? It just means your success, extra support. I post the video links and reminders for anything that's upcoming in the learning communities. I put some motivational stuff up there. Students are always asking questions about different assignments or different things, and so other students chime in and answer those. I answer those. And the other really cool thing is that this is just another space for you to get to know your classmates and engage with them. If you have access to SNHU Connect already and you pop into the SNHU 107 learning community or the IDS 105 learning community, you can just search for them in the search bar. You'll see students just like today introducing themselves, saying, if this is their first time in school or they're back after a long time, what their major is. It's just really cool to be in the same space, seeing that other people are starting this journey on a very similar level as you, and that you're never alone here at the university. So pop into those communities. We're excited to have you, and you will hear my voice, if not see my face, several times throughout the term next term. Next slide, James. One more thing before I turn it over to Kat is just a reminder that the Learning Community webinars and the videos, they're not required, they're not graded, but they are sure going to help you from week to week, and they give you a little bit of a smile as you move through your courses, and it's just fun to be able to interact with students from week to week that are taking classes just like you. So I'm going to turn it over to our amazing Kat, and she's going to talk to you about the peer mentor team. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with us today. There's been a ton of excellent information shared already, so I'm going to keep this as brief as possible. I'm Kat. I'm 39, and I'm a SNHU alum. I've been out of school for about 20 years before I came back. I earned my bachelor's in 2019 and my MS in 2020. And I've been a peer mentor since 2018 here at SNHU. I'm currently at the end of my Doctor of Psychology program, wrapping up my capstone, getting ready to defend my dissertation. And I've done all of this as an online student. And thanks to the degrees that I have earned as an online student, I not only have the privilege of serving you all as a peer mentor, but I've got the opportunity to work at one of the United States' largest nonprofit suicide prevention organizations. So, James, if we could have the next slide, please. So the first thing new students always ask us is, what is a peer mentor and what can you do for me? The simple answer is that a peer mentor is a person who takes their lived experiences and then shares them with someone new to the experience while empowering them, providing support, and building rapport. And one of the coolest things about peer mentoring is the student benefits of participating in the program, which can include things like improved communication skills, a deeper connection to the university and other students, increased confidence in your academic ability, increased academic success, networking opportunities with peers who have similar majors and backgrounds, increased motivation to complete your goals, and the ability to become a successful and self-directed learner. So this is right about when we're asked, what is a self-directed learner? So self-directed learners can set goals for themselves, take initiative, formulate plans, and follow through on them. They're motivated, self-confident, and self-controlled. And these students have an easier time accepting responsibility and accountability for their academic successes, and they're able to better manage their time. So the goal of cultivating self-directed learners through peer mentorship is to help new students take control of their learning processes, which grants them the power to be academically successful and less overwhelmed by any challenges that they might face as online learners. Next slide, please. Some of the ways that the peer mentor team can benefit you all as new students are through nurturing the development of skills that you will use throughout your academic journey, such as goal setting and developing strategies for achieving those goals, study tip ideas, time management plans, and then we meet the students where they are and share experiences. We can help locate new resources that you might need, and we focus on normalizing and validating the anxiety that comes with being a new student. And then we send periodic emails during the term to check in on you and help maintain rapport and accountability. So students who utilize peer mentors report an 88% increase in productivity, and they're 13% more likely to graduate. 81% of students who utilize peer mentors have higher college persistence than students without a mentor. And utilizing mentors also gives you the ability to forge lifelong bonds with peers who share similar goals and backgrounds. Next slide. So, as a mentee, you should focus on just taking full advantage of the opportunity to connect with a mentor. And it doesn't matter if this is through attending live one on one sessions or drop in office hours, or if you're just keeping in touch with us through email. This is how you're going to reap the benefits that mentoring offers you. Be present and work closely with your mentor during the first few sessions to really identify your initial goals academically and developmentally. Then you'll work on finding a consistent schedule and plan for communicating with your mentor in a way that's convenient for you and a way you can commit to. If you're meeting with your mentor for a one-on-one live session, make sure that you're contributing to creating an agenda of the things that you want to discuss, and be willing to have hard conversations with your mentor. Ask for feedback and then apply it. And the piece that I cannot stress enough is to really commit to the process of working with your mentor. Next slide, please. If you would like to connect with a peer mentor and you have not received a form to fill out requesting to be matched with a mentor, you can email peermentors@snhu.edu and ask for the initial peer mentoring survey. After completing the survey, you can head over to the New Student Connections Learning Community on SNHU Connect and introduce yourself to your peers. After we receive your completed survey, you'll be matched with someone from our team, and your peer mentor will then email you to provide you with a link to schedule a one-on-one live session. Our sessions are hosted here on Microsoft Teams and allow us to chat face-to-face about your experience as an online student and how you can achieve academic success. It has been a pleasure chatting with you all today, and I look forward to seeing you all thrive as you work towards your degrees. Even when you're faced with challenges, remember that we're behind you and you've got this. And as always, if you have any questions about the Peer Mentor program that were not answered during today's presentation, feel free to send me an email at k.robinson2@snhu.edu. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Awesome. So that brings us to a close for our time together. So thank you all so much for your participation and attendance. I know that my colleagues have been fervently in the chat, just addressing concerns and different issues that may come up or just questions that you may have. But to Kat's point, just know that we are here for you, that we support you, and that whatever you need as far as your time here at SNHU, that we are willing to help you and get you to go across the finish line and across that stage to earn your degree. Know that it will take a lot of work here and there, but there are support systems in place to help you. So whether you are a military veteran, a first generation college student like myself, or someone who's a parent that's working to ensure that you get your degree, to model and set that expectation uh, and just have that for you, your family, and your children, just know that we're here for you. We want your feedback. So with that, you will see this QR code on the screen. So feel free to pull out your phones and scan this QR code because we value your feedback. We just want to know your take on the presentation, along with what you've taken from this experience during your time with us. So as you go into this upcoming term, know that we're here. You have some time to go into your courses via Brightspace, which is our learning management system where your classes will be. Complete FYE 101 in, get connected, talk to some peers. I know it may be strange in an online space, but know that connections can be built. So we're here for you. We support you, and just know that we're in your corner. Melanie, do you have anything as we close?
Hey, everybody. It's just me again. Y'all just know that we're so excited to have you here at the university. I echo everything that James has said and all of our presenters today. There are so many resources here for your success, and they're just a click away, and you just want to connect with them. I know it can be a little overwhelming. We covered a lot of stuff today. There's a lot of options. There's like all these things you want to do. Start small, get into your classes, explore them, and then start to branch into researching and checking in the library and academic support and online engagement. Get into SNHU Connect, like just explore them all on your own time. But know that we're here. We're ready for you. We're ready to support you. And I sure hope that I'll see you guys in the IDS 105 and SNHU 107 learning communities. You got this, and have the most absolute best rest of your week. And just know you're going to be absolutely amazing when you start classes. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks, James.
No problem. All right. Take care, everyone.